Good things take time. What's up, party people? This is a daily morning motivational message. It's the weekend, but I felt compelled to share this with you. Good things take time. Great things take time. And if you want to be great, you're going to have to get good. And if you want to be good, you have to understand that good things take time. It doesn't always happen in the time that you want it to happen. But if you are persistent and consistent, and if you don't waver, good things will come to fruition. And if you can get to good, you can get to great. And if you can get to great, you can have an understanding of the process because you'll be able to look back and understand it's because I kept showing up day after day, week after week, month after month, and I didn't waver. And I actually put forth more effort in order to produce the results that I was committed to. Then you understand time. The greatest introduction to time that I was exposed to when I was initially building, it was the Stanislavski trilogy, and the three books were it was something acting and then building a character. Actually, I need to get the three. I always forget the three, but if you just look up Stanislavski's trilogy, the books will pop up. And one of them is building a character, the other one is creating something. And but the point was that if you're willing to commit yourself for 10 years to mastering your craft, you can. It was very simple. If you're willing to commit yourself for 10 years to mastering your craft. And I immediately thought to myself, I can absolutely do that. Like, I'm willing to spend 10 years mastering it because I understood that once I mastered it, it can never be taken away. So, to this day, I can walk onto a film set, I can walk onto a Broadway stage, and I know exactly what to do and how to do it. I know how to prepare for those circumstances so that I can deliver when it's time to deliver. And understanding the beauty of that process and the professionalism of it is when you're on stage, you have to deliver when the curtain comes up. They don't change the show times based on how you feel. They don't change the show times based on what's happening or not happening in your life. When it's curtain up, it's 8 o'clock, you got to go on stage and you have to do your job. When you're on a film set and there's hundreds of millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars that are being invested in making a film, all they care about is the schedule. Okay, they ain't thinking about your process. They don't care if you're in the mood or if you caught the right emotion or if you just can't get it because you're not feeling it today. You cannot come to the director with that kind of nonsense. The director expects you to be fully prepared. And when they say action, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and it's time to shoot, or if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it doesn't matter. They do not care. What they care about is your ability to deliver the performance that's going to support the overall arc of the story in that given moment. So when I walk into a set and Spike is like, okay, here's where we're shooting the scene, and we're gonna get started in about 3 minutes. Here are the marks. You have this much room to move, and let's go. Well, then my job is to make sure I've got all of my lines memorized. My job is to know the other scene partners that I'm working with, what their lines are, so I know how to cover if they mess something up. And I got to know where the cameras are so that I don't, mess up. And when he says action, it's time to go. And so I don't have the luxury of not being prepared. I don't have the luxury of messing that up because you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars on the line. We got to come in on time. So in film, it's about finishing on time, because if you go over time and over budget, it becomes a very big problem because they're in the business of making money, show business. It's about the business of show. And so when I think back to that initial introduction, and I instinctively knew 10 years, not a problem. Because 10 years is like this, right? I live to be 100. That's like 1/10 of my life. I can spend 10 years mastering a craft and then being able to leverage it for the rest of my life. And as I was saying before, to this day, I get phone calls and I get opportunities based on my skill set, and I can deliver. Like, I go in fully confident because I took the time to master my craft. There's nothing more magical than being in my freaking basement, getting a phone call from a major financial investment firm's campaign, and them telling me over the phone We want your voice. And I don't have to leave the sanctity of my state. And I just go to a voiceover studio and I do what I do. And they pay me very well for that because I took the time years and years and years ago to master this craft so that if I'm doing the NBA All-Star voiceover, if I'm doing, this is when Kindle came out for Amazon and Jeff Bezos before he became this, evil trillionaire. He's an evil trillionaire now. But before all of that, we introduced Kindle Fire, and it was my voice that introduced that product. And I'm doing it from a voiceover studio. If I'm doing, I did something for PBS for Black History Month. So whatever I'm doing, I'm able to do that because I took the time to master my craft. If I get a phone call from my nephew who's a filmmaker and he says, I want you in this film, I can say yes. And I say, boom, tell me whatever you want, when you want it, where you want it, and I'm gonna deliver it because I took the time to master my craft. When I get a simpler phone call and they wanna use my image and my likeness to promote, I did a photo shoot for Harvard. I did a photo shoot for a really cool medical device where it monitors your heart so that if you need a shock, I think it's for people that have AFib. It shocks it. It's like a vest, but it's really cool. And I was into it. Like I like being a part of things that are solving problems and making people live longer. And I get to market that. Like I get to use my face and image and likeness to market that. That's fantastic. And I get paid very well for that. Why? Because I decided years and years and years ago that it was totally worth it for me to invest 10 years of my life to master a craft. And so no matter where the phone call comes from, I'm on the ready. If it's an Academy Award winning director and there are Academy Award winning actors in the same shot that I'm in, we're in the same scene that I'm doing, I'm not intimidated. I'm very comfortable because I took the time to master my craft. So please understand, whatever it is that you aspire to, and maybe you're deciding to embark on a new career, a new path, take the time to master it. If it takes you 10 years, so what? You're saying, Ed, man, I'm like 45. Okay, well, then you'll be 55 by the time you've mastered it. And you live to 100. That's 45 years of mastery at your disposal. Ed, I'm 22. Great. By the time you're 32, you will have mastered it. And you're going to have almost 70 years at your disposal for what you've mastered to create leverage and build opportunities for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, stop looking for instant gratification. Stop looking for the shortcut. Stop looking for the 30-day class or the 90-day, abs or whatever it is. Because 90 days are going to come and go, and you're still going to have to keep producing at a very high level for the next 900 days, for the next 9,000 days, right? So I don't know how long that is. 3 years is 1,000. So yeah, 3 times 27, right? So 9,000 days. So whether it's 90 days, 900 or 9,000, you're still going to have to show up and execute every day. And the only way you're able to do that is through mastering whatever that thing is, whatever that craft is, that business, that job, that position, that profession. Take the freaking time to achieve mastery. It is so worth it. I am telling you, it is so worth it. It builds your confidence. It builds your self-esteem, your self-respect. It builds your self-discipline. It builds your perspective and understanding of the world. So you never get caught up in all the noise and the hype on social media and the internet where everybody's like, oh yeah, I made $1 million overnight. Everybody's a superstar until they're not. Everybody's like awesome until they're not. And some of the names that you may have heard a year ago, you have no idea. They've completely left your mind because they're gone. They're gone. They were an overnight sensation because they didn't deserve it in the first place because there was no mastery, there was no craftsmanship there. So there's a lot of fly-by nights and you don't know who's going to be who anyway for at least 10 years. So I don't care who you think is hot right now. I don't think who you care. I don't care who you think is the it person right now. You'll never really know for at least 10 years anyway. So why are you tripping on that? Focus on you. Focus on what you have to put in terms of time, energy, and investment in order to master whatever craft that is. So give yourself that time in that space and give yourself the opportunity, put forth the effort, put in the freaking work every single day. And do not look left or right. Do not get distracted. Don't allow life to get in the way. Don't make excuses. Stop letting noise and distractions to interrupt you. Remember, amateurs allow life to get in the way. Professionals stick to a schedule. Do all of these things and watch what happens. I promise you it'll be so worth it if you just stick and stay to the course, and stop getting excited and on one path. And then when it gets hard after 30, 60, 90 days, you're like, oh, this isn't for me. It doesn't work. Oh, it's hard. And then you go to something else because you think it's going to be easier. People don't quit things because it's easy. They quit things. They don't quit things because it's hard. They quit things because they thought it was going to be easy. People don't quit things because it's hard. They quit because they thought it was going to be easy. Don't be that person. Don't be weak-minded. Don't look for excuses. Don't look for a way out. Oh, I saw a sign and I heard this thing, or I saw a billboard and now that's a sign that I'm supposed to do something else. That's a weak mind. The only signs that are going to come are going to come from you and what you've made up your mind to do. And there is nothing as powerful as a made up mind. You make a decision and then you make it right. If you got some value out of this, please like and subscribe and pass this bad boy on, because it is a blessing to be a blessing. Happy Soulful Sunday.